What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. Let's get into NXT from September the 23rd, 2024. A very solid, fun show. NXT continues to be the best wrestling show of the entire week. I look forward to Tuesdays because, for the most part, Shawn Michaels, 9 times out of 10, hits it out of the park. He hits a home run almost every time. There are some times where he will strike out, but for the most part, he hits more home runs than he strikes out. So I really dug this episode of NXT. It was really good. So we now have the TNA Invasion, which is great. Really good stuff there. Before we get into the review, apparently Jasmine Nyx is no longer with WWE. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'll have to just look into it. It sucks that she's gone. She was very attractive and everything. She's young. I think she's like early 20s, so I'm going to say between 22 and maybe at best 25. But she's been in the game for about a good 2-3 years. I know she's done a bunch of indie stuff. I don't know where she'll end up. Maybe she could go to TNA. I think that would be great. If she goes to AEW, she'll just be on Collision or worse, on Ring of Honor. So, there's that. And who wants that? And she doesn't need to work the indies because you've, worked national television for about, a year? So, I don't know. Hopefully, she'll end up in TNA. She's done several tapings with TNA. So, hopefully, she can end up there. That's what happened with Jakara Jackson when she got released. She went to TNA. So, hopefully, Jasmine Nyx will follow suit. All right, let's go ahead and get into the show. So, we kick the show off with the first match of the night. Myles Borne defeats Lexis King in a lights-out match. The match was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, Myles attacked Lexis King while Lexis made his entrance and stuff. The arena was pretty dim. Well, not the arena, but the venue was pretty dim. My bad. The PC was pretty dim. I don't know why I called it the venue. But the PC was dim, and I dug it. So, match was okay. The finish was Lexis King ate a nasty DDT on the steps in the ring, and then Myles Borne hit a zigzag, a.k.a. the Born Again, through the table for the 1, 2, 3. Myles Borne wins. Pretty good stuff there. The match didn't last no more than about 8 to 10 minutes. It wasn't really long. Lexis King has been in NXT for about, a year and a half? I think he came in around the tail end of 2023, or either he came in early last year. I think he came in early last year. I can't remember. I have to check his Wikipedia and see. But he's been in NXT for about a good year and some change. And he's doing okay. I'm a fan of Lexis King, but it seems like Shawn and the crew, they don't really give a damn about him. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. But it is what it is. Myles Borne wins. Winning is the right decision. But where does Myles Borne go from here? Like, what's his next program? Like, who's he going to feud against next? What's going to happen? Because he has to do something. Myles Borne, along with Kyle Fletcher and AEW, the two of them remind me of a young Randy Orton. And Kyle Fletcher, he's starting to grow on me in AEW. I'm starting to like him a little bit. I really am. I just wish that he wasn't with the Don Callis family. I wish that he was with like a manager, not Don Callis per se, but someone who knew how to manage him. And he's getting things down pat. Myles Borne, same thing. I think he's really good. He's good in ring. Good gimmick and everything else. But Myles Borne has to move further up the card, I guess. And hopefully that can happen in due time. Moving on. So Ava, she's not there this week, which is a blessing. That's good, because Ava always makes the show boring. So I guess she's handling business. So Robert Stone and Stevie Turner, they're taking control of the show tonight. Mr. Stone mentions that he saw a few TNA wrestlers walking around the backstage area, and he wanted to know if Ava invited them to the show, and her phone started breaking up, that being Ava. So that's fine there. It makes perfect sense. We see Step the Lander and Lance Warner. They're lurking behind in the parking lot as Ethan Page is making his way to the venue. So then this leads us into Ethan Page. So Dr. Wagner Jr., he shows up. So Ethan Page, he basically gets on the mic. He says that he would have been a two-time champion if he didn't get screwed out of his victory at Worlds Collide. Spoiler alert. I mean, not spoiler alert, but I've not watched Worlds Collide yet. I need to go watch it. I need to. I don't know why I haven't watched it, but I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it. So bear with me. I'm not going to review it, but I will watch it. So basically, Ethan Page continues to egg on Dr. Wagner Jr. and he wants him to come into the ring so he can make the match official and everything, and then get this done right here and right now. So then this leads us into Ethan Page being defeated by Tavion Heights, who was dressed as Dr. Wagner, which was great. So it didn't last but like maybe 15, 20 seconds. Ethan Page tapped out to the ankle lock extremely quickly, which was great. So I'm guessing they're going to add this match. We're going to get a rematch probably at No Mercy. So that's cool. Oh, I also forgot to mention we are going to do the predictions for No Mercy as well. All right, moving on from that. So Ariana Grace, she's backstage with Carmen Petrovich and Kendall Gray in the women's locker room. So Jordan Grace shows up. Meanwhile, she's rewatching Mariah May's promo from a couple weeks ago on her iPad. So Jordan takes issue with Ariana being friends with Mariah May. Ariana wanted to clarify the fact that she told Mariah May that her and Jordan were not related, which is true. So Jordan tells Ariana that they should show the entire world how different Jordan Grace and Ariana Grace really are tonight. And then Ariana gets super nervous, and then Jordan exits the locker room, which is kind of funny. All right, cool. Moving on. So then a guy from NASCAR shows up, Cole Custer. He shows up. I don't know who that is at all. Don't even watch NASCAR. So Lainey Reed, she defeats Candice LeRae. She wins via a running knee for the 1-2-3. So she's going to go to the finals and face Soruka on Saturday. Good stuff. Cool. This is fine. I wouldn't be shocked if Lainey Reed wins on Saturday. But we'll talk about No Mercy predictions when we get to it. Moving on. So Lyra Valkyria had a backstage reunion with Tatum Paxley. Lyra expresses the fact that every time she starts putting a friendship with someone, the other person starts becoming crazy. Tatum says that nothing is ever Lyra's fault as she's gingerly grabbing her. So Tatum, Lyra misses Tatum because she's weird, but she's the weird that she needs in her life. So Steve Maclin and Victoria Crawford, they show up. They're in the background. Izzy Dame joins the conversation. Izzy Dame returned the doll that Tatum left at Full Sail last week. Izzy reminds Tatum that Lyra rocked out on her before. Don't be surprised if it happens again. And then Tatum walks away with Izzy. Cool stuff there. All right, moving on. This leads us into Andre Chase, a Chase U segment. He brings in some more NASCAR drivers, Cole and Sam Mayer. Don't know who those guys are at all, period. So, Dark State shows up. They brag about they hit harder than any car. Sam brings up the fact that he's a fan of Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry shows up in a NASCAR outfit, which was hilarious. Joe Hendry is fucking awesome. I love me some Joe Hendry. So Joe Hendry keeps running into Dark State. Shaquan Sugars tells Joe Hendry that he better be cautious, constantly appearing around Dark State. And then Dark State then challenges Joe Hendry and Chase U to a 6-man tag. All right, that's fine. Moving on, this leads us into sexy-ass Jada Parker. She basically says that she's coming out their last legend. She's going to tell them how real pressure felt when she put her through that barricade. You be walking around here like you all that, but no, she sees right through her. At the end of the day, Jada Parker hits harder and talks louder, but looks better doing it. She said, keep your moment warm, because when it's just them two one-on-one again, it's going to be Jada standing over Lash. And she's going to give her the reality check that she desperately needs. She says, this ain't over, baby. Not by a long shot. Clock it. So I do like this. This is good. They're still going to continue the Jada Parker Last Legend feud. This is good. I wouldn't be shocked if Last Legend gets caught up to the main roster. Obviously not this year, but I do think that early next year, between January and April of next year, Lash will get caught up, probably along with Trick Williams. So by early next year, within the first 3 to 4 months of the year of 2026, we'll probably see Trick and Lash on the main roster. So that's fine. Moving on. So this leads us into Jordynne Grace defeating Ariana Grace. She wins via the Beast Mode. And then Mariah May shows up. Well, they call it the Direct Effect now. I don't know why. So Mariah May shows up post-match. They brawl for a brief moment. And then basically Stevie Turner and Robert Stone, they show up, and they make a weaponized steel cage match for No Mercy. Jordynne Grace versus Mariah May. That's cool there. Good stuff. Should be a fun time. Moving on. So, Kelly Kinnaid had a backstage interview with Lacey Lane. Lacey Lane took the opportunity that was presented to her. She beat the best from AAA in Fabi Apache. She just knocked off an NXT legend in Candice LeRae. And now she'll face Sol Rook at No Mercy. Sol might be the best athlete in NXT, but after Laney gives her some Southern hospitality, she'll be leaving No Mercy as the brand new women's speed champion. So Jacy Jayne gives her props, and then she heads to the arena. And Jacy tells Fallon and Jasmine that she'll handle Lola by herself. So this leads us into Jacy Jayne. She said that she didn't lose to Rhea last week. Rhea didn't pin her. Then she put over Lola Vice. She said it's an actual fantasy that people believe that Lola is going to dethrone her. She said that she was the one who got humiliated. She said while she was there shaking her ass, she was out there busting her ass to get to the top. No MMA, no MMA background, no hometown advantage. It's going to save you from what's coming at No Mercy. And no one's going to ruin that for me. So Lola comes out, and she said that she's been a totally different person and everything. And she says she's going to knock out Jacy Jayne at No Mercy. She also said that she was nervous when she was in the same spot last year against Roxanne Perez. But this time she's changed. She's a professional wrestler. She's more than a fighter. So, good stuff there. Then Jacy Jayne says that she's going to be a disappointment to her family, that being Lola Vice. She says she doesn't care if she has a broken jaw or nose at No Mercy. She says that she knows she's going to still be walking out of No Mercy as the NXT Women's Champion. So then Lola knocks her out with the 305, which is hilarious. So that's cool there. Moving on. So Josh Briggs, he shows up. He has a promo. He didn't really say much of anything. He says that he's going to kick Javon Evans' ass and all that jazz. He doesn't give a damn about what people think about him online and all that jazz. So who really cares about this? It's not really that important. Whatever. Then this leads us into Dark State versus Joe Hendry and Chase University. Dark State to get the win. They win via the pop-up powerbomb for the 1, 2, 3. There is that. That's fine there. Who gives a shit about Dark State? Moving on. So Ricky Saints, he has a vignette. He just talks about, how he's going to win on Saturday and everything. So pretty cool stuff there. So Javon Evans, he shows up. He knows that Josh Briggs got the dub last time they're in the ring. However, no mercy is going to be different. Josh Briggs still runs his mouth as if he knows the young OG. So Javon tells Kelly that he's going to jump around Briggs and punch him in the mouth and get the dub at No Mercy because your boy is bouncy. So Jasmine Nyx gets attacked. She gets attacked by somebody. Don't know who it was. So there is that. And this leads us into the main event of the evening. Trick Williams versus Femi, winner take all for the NXT Championship and for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It ends in a no contest. Mike Santana shows up towards the end of the match. He gets on commentary. Trick rolls out the ring. He talks shit to Santana for a brief moment. He smacks him. Santana and Trick start brawling, and then all the TNA crew show up. I think it was Frankie Kazarian, Eric Young, Moose, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards. And it was just, a massive brawl that closed the show. This was great. Really good shit here. I do like this. This is excellent. So we finally get the invasion angle. It's finally paying off. This is a really good partnership. Maybe we could get a version of like War Games for whatever they're going to do in November or December. I don't think NXT does a pay-per-view in November anymore. They used to, but they don't do it now. Could they run this until December, which is usually NXT deadline? So that could happen there. This is interesting, though. I do like this. I really do. This was great. Match was good. It wasn't long, but it was good. Everybody knew this was going to happen. And I think this was beautifully done. And I like it. I'm actually excited for this. So, let's see where it goes. All right, let's go ahead and get into the predictions for NXT No Mercy. And let's look at the match card real quick. So it's going to be at FTL War Memorial. So it holds basically 3,400 people, which is not bad at all. It's pretty decent. I'm pretty sure it's sold out for the most part, or it should be. We have we have 6 matches on the card, which is great. So good stuff there. Let's get into Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. Javon Evans needs to win this, and Shawn Michaels needs to figure out something for Javon Evans to do. Once Josh Briggs loses, Josh Briggs can go to evolve or whatever. It's time for him to move away from being pushed. We're being honest. Moving on. Jordynne Grace versus Mariah May. Weaponized steel cage match. Jordynne Grace is going to get the win here. Why wouldn't she? Next, Ethan Page versus Tavion Heights for the NXT North American Championship. Tavion Heights is going to win this. Next, Sol Ruca versus Laney Reed. Women's Speed Championship. I'm going to go with Laney Reed wins. Maybe Zarya will finally turn heel and cost Sol Ruca the match. I think that would be great. Lola Vice versus Jacy Jayne for the NXT Women's Championship. Lola Vice, obviously, she's going to win. It makes the most sense. Fatal Influence basically is no more now that Jasmine Nyx is gone. Or maybe Laney Reed could cost Lola Vice and be the new member to replace Jasmine Nyx. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Main event of the evening, Ricky Saints versus Oba Femi for the NXT Championship. Ricky Saints needs to win this. I'm a massive fan of Oba Femi, but I kind of want Oba Femi to be in that chase position. I just do. I think it's time for Ricky to get his just due, and he needs to win this. He really does. You can feud Oba and Ricky for the remainder of the year, obviously. So you could have Ricky win at No Mercy. You have them face again at Halloween Havoc to where Ricky wins again. And then maybe you do your third and final match maybe at Deadline in December. Or if they decide to do something in, not in October, but in November. So, yeah. But I am excited for No Mercy. It should be a fun one. And NXT was pretty solid. I'm going to go over the predictions again. Javon Evans will defeat Josh Briggs. Jordynne Grace will win the weaponized steel cage match against Mariah May. Tavion Heights will become the new NXT the NXT North American champion. Tavion Heights will win that. Laney Reed will defeat Sol Ruca to become the new women's speed champion. Lola will become the new NXT women's champion by defeating Jacy Jayne. And Ricky Saints will become the new NXT champion by defeating Oba Femi. But what did you guys think of NXT? And what are your predictions for No Mercy? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.